Hey there, how are you guys? It is another beautiful day here at the Crow Cottage in the Tri-Cities. And we had a great weekend with our family and at our daughter's wedding. It was wonderful. And if you were able to be there, great, but most of you couldn't. So most of you are not our family, you're crafters, and apparently crows aren't very crafty because I don't seem to have hardly anybody. My daughter-in-law, thank you, Abelyn, and my daughter-in-law's grandmother, and I guess there are a couple of people who tune in probably just for interest to see what's going on at the Crow Cottage, but anyway, so it was a wonderful weekend, and I'm glad to be back, and I wanted to talk to you about that Everything is Rosy set that's available on Stampin' Up! Right now. If you click my Shop Now button. Hi, Linda. Thank you for sharing. You're so good. And I got your card. I'm glad you're here because this is beautiful. Thank you so much. I wondered, how did you do this? Is this... it looks like you inked your background with watercolor? I'm not sure. Or did you, I don't know. It almost looks like you could have used with my old rubber stamps, sometimes we dipped it in bleach and put it on a card, but it looks like you watercolored the background. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Whatever you did, it's really pretty. It's shiny. You probably can't see that, but it actually has got some shine on there too. So share in the comments what this technique is called so that I can find it. It looks like a really neat one. So thank you so much for that card. It was really a nice surprise for me when I came back from our daughter's wedding. And anyway, all the roses are blooming. So check out that Tri-City Crow Garden if you want to see what's going on, because I'll probably be putting new roses on there every day. It's been really nice. And so back to my Everything is Rosy. I'm going to do a card kind of similar to this today. This set has all kinds of this. It's a rose gold foil paper, but it actually it looks like copper to me, and it's hard to cut out of without leaving lines. So I do have some lines on it, but it still looks pretty good. It comes with these little mirrored centers that you can put on the flower. They're really pretty. And then I just cut some stuff out. But it also comes with the framelits, so you can, and that's how I did the trim, was with this handy dandy framelit and the stamp set. So you're going to see that today. And then I also used this Timeless Label Punch. Now this, I believe, is a new punch that's going to be in the new catalog, so it's not quite available yet, but it will be in about 2 weeks. It's from the Memorable Mosaic bundle, the Time for Tags. There's a bunch of tags, and there's a time... anyway, so there's 2 stamp sets, actually, that this punch can go to in the new catalog. So check that out. Another thing you get in this set that I'm not going to use is this rose gold. I'm shaking it because... you have to shake it really good so that it mixes up. And you can use this on all kinds of craft projects. This is not just a stamping paper product paint. It's actually a paint. So it's rose gold. It's really pretty. So there's just all kinds of things in this bundle, and we will see that as we go. So there's 2 more weeks. It's kind of pricey, but that's because there's so much stuff in it. And then we'll see that. So I'm gonna kind of move myself over here to the computer. So that's why you're sort of seeing the top of my head. I need to see if I can find this video. This is always a challenge for me. And then I can see who's with us. And there, I found us. Okay, so there we are. And I think that's about it, because for Stampin' Up! News, we are in the middle of, I believe, selling out all of the old retired stamps and thinlits and all that, and that stuff is going to be gone. So if there was anything in the old catalog you wanted, you need to get it now because it's going to be gone. Some people have already called me and said, oh no, I tried to put this in my order and it wouldn't go, and it's because it's been gone actually for a while. So get over there and get stuff. It's going, and they are not going to put that stuff on sale as was rumored, and they rarely do. I don't ever see stuff on sale too often that I want. I generally have to buy it as it is, and that's one reason I am a demonstrator, because I get my discount. So that's something to think about if you order a bunch. So my paper's been used because I'm kind of messing around here with a bunch of things. We've got all kinds of things going on here today. So let me see if I can move my camera without ruining everything. I've kind of got like my stand's not really cooperating very well with me. It's showing my desk sort of, but it's kind of doing it at the expense of where I need to be, because I kind of have to work here too, camera. So anyway, I'm gonna try to move it over so that you can see it and I can see it, and we got some light on the subject. That would be helpful too. And yeah, we'll see how that works. I see my hand really well. I'm not sure I can see everything else, but I do see my hand really well. Okay, so I think this is good. I think this is as good as it's going to get, and maybe I'll back us up just a bit so it's not quite so close, and that might help a bit. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just, first of all, I wanna just make my, the base of my card. So this is just some Whisper White, and I'll just use the old trimmer, although the old trimmer is going to be going here pretty soon, so I might have to find myself a new trimmer when Stampin' Up! Comes up with their new one. And to tell you the truth, I won't be sorry about that. Usually the things that they make are better than the old things, so I think I'm going to be really happy with whatever they come up with. And paper cutters are the kinds of things that we use up pretty quickly, I think, when you're making a lot of cards. It goes pretty quickly, and I didn't even score that very evenly, apparently, since it looks like it's off. This is one of the nice things about having a bone folder, is that it actually can help you fix your flubbed folds a little nicer than if you did not have that. Okay, so for this card, what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to get my, I want to get out, oh, let me just drag down all of my papers. So here are the little, these are the little mirrored centers. You can see I've just used this one. This is what happens when you've run your foil through a few times. My plates are very, very worn, and I could get out new ones. You can see how warped and worn that one is. This one's not really warped, but you can see how worn it is, and it impresses all of that on there. And even with a clean plate, it still would. There would be impressions. And so I'm sort of stuck with the reality that to cut this border out that I want, I'm kind of ruining a lot of the foil. But I actually have quite a bit of foil. I'm not too concerned about it. I just really want this leafy edge. So we're going to go ahead and do that with this piece that I've already started. And this is what you get with this set. You get 8, I believe it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. You get 8 sheets of each piece. And these are all of the papers. And if you've been looking at other people's pages, you've probably seen all of this paper. I love this one. They're all double-sided. I should probably be showing you the other side as well. The other side's not quite as exciting. I love this one. Of course, I can always use these flowers. That's going to be really easy to use. But this is really nice too for some more abstract kind of cards. Now it is 6 inches by 6 inches, so you can make little bags with it. It's just that you're gonna have to double it up. And I'm not as happy with doing that. So I was gonna do a bag today instead of a card, but I didn't want to do a little teeny tiny bag, and that's what I would have been having to do with that. And that's actually a piece. This is a piece, I believe, of my leftover Grapefruit Grove. So you can kind of see how it compares. If you've already got some Grapefruit Grove, this color is similar. It's just this does not have the iridescent quality that Grapefruit Grove. That Grapefruit Grove was just super cool. The other thing about this set is you get all kinds of little tags. So some of the flowers are already cut out for you, which is nice. There are also some nice gold flowers in there that are going to be really pretty to use. Mostly it's a lot of really fancy tags. Look at that. That's so pretty. And so we are going to use this tag today in this project. Now when you punch out your tags, some of them leave a little copper border, and so I went ahead and just cut out those copper borders, and then that you could even use it on a plain piece if you wanted to. So you get quite a few tags. That's I have no idea how many. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere, but you do get a bunch of those. And let's see, I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use that. I actually I cut these flowers out myself because I wanted to keep the shiny gold centers on them. And these flower tags that come with these are shiny gold, but they're not colored, of course. These do not have that center, so I don't know. I might go ahead for my project here on this card today, use this, but I'll get my little gold pen out, I believe, and do the center. Do those dots with my gold pen. That will work too. All right. Now for my tag on this, what I did is I just stamped my sentiment on some white paper, and then I used this timeless label punch to just punch out the back, and that's what I did on that one. But I might use this tag. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. I haven't decided. And then I still have room, you see, for more tags on this paper, and I'm going to go ahead and just use it that way because that foil's kind of damaged a little bit anyway. So there we go. So now I've got 2 more tags out of that, and that one's pretty much all used up. So I'm going to put my timeless tag aside and try to move some of my things out of the way. Now, the other reason I got this set, I have a lot of floral sets, but the reason I got it is because of the sentiments, actually, and this border, and this leaf border. It just has some really nice. I love this "Don't Let Worry Spoil Your Happy." That's my favorite one. And then it does have these little centers for the flowers that you could do an embossed thing, with, would be really nice. The little teeny tiny flower stamp is the exact copy of that paper. Let me find the sheet we're using today. It is the exact same copy oops, not that one, but the white one. It's exactly the same as this. So I love that. I love having coordinating papers. I'm a paper fiend. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just glue that right on here. Just need to cut it and glue it. This paper is so pretty you wouldn't even have to do anything with it, right? I mean, you really wouldn't. I could and have done this before. You just cut it out, glue it on, and then that is going to be it. It's really pretty. You could do that with all of these papers, actually. They're all that pretty. Other than the foil. You probably don't want to do that with the foil, but all of the other ones, you could do that. So you see 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 48 cards you could easily get, plus you'd still have your little strips there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut. We'll cut it this direction. And then I have a nice little border piece there. Make sure I did that correctly. Yes, there we go. And this one, we're going to cut this side 4 1/4. And then I can just glue that right on the front. And if I was in a real big hurry, I could always just put some, I could put some tape on there. But I'm not in that big of a hurry today. I feel pretty relaxed. We've finished all the things we were going to be rushing around with. Now I have a little bit of an edge there, but it's not going to matter. I kind of did that on purpose because that is going to be concealed anyway by the foil sides. And I wonder what kind of, let's see. Oh, Heather, it's nice to see you. You just happened by. Yes, I love the colors in this set too. They are really nice. Okay, so Linda's answering the question for me about this. I remember that designer series paper. Okay, awesome. That's what that is. It's really pretty. I didn't buy it, obviously, because I didn't recognize it, but it's very nice. I love it. Thank you for that. And I'm going to get that out. Let's put my big shot. This is going to kind of take up the whole screen, but we kind of need to get this done. And we're going to run it through this way. We're just using this long piece. And I just need to, I'm going to turn it this way. The big shot, actually, well, I'm not even, yeah. The big shot is, it runs better. Probably all the cutting machines do. Stuff runs better if you go lengthwise rather than across, if you know what I mean. It goes better. The die goes through better this way than it does this way. It just is a cleaner cut. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that. It isn't necessarily a cleaner cut. It just seems to go through the machine a little easier. I don't care if it's a little crooked because I'm going to be trimming it anyway. So I'm not concerned about that. My light's getting bumped over there. I'm sort of doing this at an awkward angle. I think I better run that through back the other way too, because foil sometimes is a little stiffer to cut. So we're going to go through even an extra time. We'll throw in an extra one. Hey, Karen, it's nice to see you. And Freddie, you are here too. Glad I'm relaxed. Yes, I know. I'm glad I'm relaxed too. We had a really nice visit. And you never know when you're with family, you know. There's always room for arguments. We were actually all together for really about 4 days. So in 4 days with a lot of family members, there's a lot of possibilities of arguments. And the miracle is that Jeff and I did not argue, and that's probably more incredible than anything else. Okay, so when I went over there and got this out on my, it came out really nicely, but I sort of bent it a little there, but that's okay. I'm gonna trim that edge anyhow to straighten it out. So that one is done. And then we'll do another one. We'll see how this works out. I don't know if you probably are too young and sophisticated to know. There was a Norwegian Norwegian singer who did this really funny song, Christmas album, probably 50 years ago. About his family at Christmas time. My grandmother always used to play it when we got together at Christmas time because it was a song about all the family fighting about all kinds of different things. It was very amusing and all of that, but it actually was a little too close to the truth for comfort. All right, so then now I've got this piece, but it didn't really cut that out, so I'll have to trim it. And I'm gonna just sort of use my scissors on it because I'm gonna trim the line better here in a minute. I just need to do a quick cut off since I want 4 of these. Now with this, I'm gonna have to bring out, on the last one, I'll bring out my brush and show you how quick and easy this drops out, because some of these trimming things, these thinlets and dies and framelets and all of that stuff, sometimes when you get an intricate cut, they don't come out all that well. So I was really happy that this one did, and makes life so much easier when it does. If you're doing a whole bunch of them, if you have to pick at them with the pick tool, it's pretty time consuming. But, you know, maybe I do kind of have to get this out. I don't know if you can hear our cat alarm going off. I don't know if there's a cat in the garden or if it's just the wind, because we've had some wind, it looks like, the last few days. Okay, so did you see how nicely that came out? If not, you will on the last one. Now, I don't have room to do my other one, so I'll have to, oh, here we go. I can use this piece. I thought I was gonna get all 4 on that piece of foil, because I really don't want to mess up my other foil. Once I'd gotten this foil wrinkled up by running it through the machine, I wanted to make sure I used them all. I wanted to use the whole sheet this way. And I'm gonna get 2, so that's good. So Karen, did you have a good time with your daughter and all of their baby shower, baby getting ready for baby? I hope so. I hope it was a nice weather. We actually were prepared to have Portland full of rain the whole time we were there, and I think Jeff and I somehow managed to miss it the whole drive down. It was dry, I think, almost the entire way down. And then while we were there, it rained maybe a tiny bit, but I actually just don't even remember it really raining while we were there. It was quite nice. It was cool, but it was not much colder than here. It's been a little cool here too, which has been really nice for the flowers. Okay, so I'm sure you saw that, how it just popped right out. Everything came out nicely. So there you go. This is gonna make a nice little border. And then I can throw away all my little pieces. But I'm not gonna put this away quite yet because I need to cut some other things out. There are just a few little odds and ends left in, but nothing like some. That was it. And now that one's ready to be used again. Okay, so now that we've got that done, now we can, I need to, now I left a pretty good size border on this, but I don't want as big a one this time. I've decided I'd like it to be smaller, and I actually might just trim with my scissors right there on this. Because this is kind of a small border that I'm putting on, I used my trimmer, the paper trimmer, when I trimmed these edges, but I'm just gonna use the scissors on this. That way I won't have these big corners that are fine, but I won't, I didn't really like that when I got done with it, so. And it also is going to show all of these little flaws that I've left now on that foil. It's gonna show that a lot less. You won't notice it on a little strip. And that Thinlit or the die leaves a nice line, pretty handy right there, so that my scissors can be guided right on it. If I'm moderately careful, I'm kind of cutting gingerly here, but if I could do it, anybody can do it. Oh, good, you got the nursery done. Furniture arrives Friday. How exciting. I don't know about you, Karen, but when we were helping our daughter-in-law get stuff ready for her nursery, it always just made me think, wow, look at all the cool stuff that is available now that was never available when our kids were small. That was true. It seems like everything that came along came 10 years after our kids were past the age of wanting, being able to benefit by that. Okay, I actually might, I don't know, I did just glue this on. I think I'd like to have it raised, but because I don't want to take the time to do that, I don't want to take the time to find the foam strips that would do that. I'm going to just put a strip of glue on it. And because they're longer than the card, I can just lay it on the edge, because I'm going to just trim that off anyway after I've got it all done. And I'm not bothering to glue the leaves, just the edge. Okay, it's pretty easy. You will get your hand a little sticky, but not too bad. The trick is just not to get a lot of glue there. Oops, I left a piece of foil in there. Okay. Yeah, our daughter and her fiance are enjoying some time in Puerto Vallarta right now, so I'm sure they're having a great time. I wonder what the weather's like there. I'm sure it's wonderful. Now my hand is getting sticky with that glue, and what I noticed just now is that from my sticky finger, it's getting on my foil. So just a word of warning, you might want to have a handy cloth nearby. I'm gonna just use my my chamois right at the moment to kind of get my hand a little moist, try to get that off, because I don't really want my foil all gummed up. Okay. All right, that guy just doesn't want to stick there, does he? Okay, there, that one's done. I'm kind of moving around my paper because my paper is getting progressively stickier. I'm gonna fold it over. Well, maybe I better put my sticky part here, though, first before I fold it. But I need to get that card. I need to fold it over before I lay my card down again, because it's definitely getting pretty sticky there. I don't know if you can hear the birds out there, but they sure are singing away. We had, I know I shared this already, but we had crows attacking our doves out here. It was so distraught when I saw that. And then I think it was you, Linda, who said, yeah, they do that. Interesting. Yeah, Karen, I asked my daughter-in-law, but you know, our boys were really close in age, so I had a double stroller for them that I loved, and I actually saved it because we spent a good amount on it. It was a double one that they could look at each other rather than one behind the other. I knew that they were boys. They would have, the one behind the other, which would have been William, would have constantly tormented the one in front. So, and then also the one in the back, I knew his little legs, he'd be kicking him anyway. So I saved it because it was a really nice stroller. And I just figured if any of our kids had more than one child, it would come in handy. But Abelin didn't want it because they have a little stand you can get that just is behind you just attach it to the back, and the kid stands on it. And then they also have they have like little trikes, almost little bikes that transform into a stroller. Anyway, it's just amazing what they have in the stroller field now. That, oh man, it would have been nice if we'd had that available. I would have liked it. Our kids would have liked it. But I'm glad that they are able to have those things. But I would have liked it too. Okay, so there. We're somewhat sticky and all of that, but I do like it with this border that's thinner better. And now I'm gonna fold my paper over again just to try to unsticky that. And we'll go like this. Okay, this is much better. I like this much better. Now here's the card I did that I was sort of modeling this off of, but I don't know about you. I think you might agree. I just love this paper so much. I did not want to cover it at all. And then when I had these corners, I kind of needed this big flower on this side to cover that corner up some, but I really don't need it so much with this. I might trim I took this and trimmed it, although there are these thinlets in here. I could run it through with the thinlet it comes with. Now it is a little tricky to find which way does the flower line up. And that one's not the same one. But the little ones probably are. And then I wouldn't even have to cut it out. I could just cut it out with my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. Okay, see that? Pretty good there. It's pretty close. Anyway, rather than do that, because that would be actually getting all of those would probably be more time consuming than just cutting it out. How did I cut it out? Oh, I don't even know how I did that. There we go. You know, I know people don't like to hand trim, and it's probably very boring to watch me do this, but it's kind of relaxing when you're watching TV. You can just trim your little flowers out, and if you're only doing one card, it's not a big deal. Now, if I'm going to do a whole bunch of cards, obviously I would be using those thinlets, but we're just going to do this one like this. And I don't really like all of the white on that. It's okay, but on a card that had white behind instead of this navy blue, it would look great, but with that navy blue, I don't really want all that white showing. So go ahead and just do a little bit of hand trimming. And you can see I'm not moving my scissors at all. I know other people have probably told you this, and people who cut a lot already know, so I'm sure you guys already know. But it's a lot easier to move your paper around than it is to move your scissors. You might have to move your scissors a little, but actually not very much. Now this last flower is kind of on the edge, so I'm going to have to sort of trim it so it doesn't look quite so obvious, and then I'll hide that one behind something else, and the leaf too. Okay, so I may use this, but I'm going to use this on top as well. Okay, just trying to decide how I want to use that. There we go, just like that. And then I can just put my dimensionals on there. So the great thing about a card, this is a nice card. It's like a card kit, only there aren't any instructions, so you get to use your own imagination. And for people who are a little bit afraid to do that, you just encourage them to do it, because they're going to be surprised that they're probably going to like what they come up with best anyway. And some people are like little rule breakers. They like to experiment and get different things going. And some of us are more of the I just want to follow the rule type, so it's just harder to break out and do something totally unique. But it's a good. But this little leaf is really cool too. So it's going to be just like those edges almost, but it is a leaf. It's pretty. It's really pretty. All right, and then this little tag is going to just sneak in here somewhere. Might put it down here this time with the sentiment, and then that one's going to be all done. Make sure my card's not sticking. And all right, now I don't even need to use my gold pen, really, although I could. All right, you can go to the store and get these gold. This is a gold painty pen. Make sure it's gold. Sometimes the ink doesn't want to. And then you can ink up your own little gold centers if you like with that. And the Wink of Stella kind of has the same effect too. This little mirrored center is really cute. I do like it. I put it on one of the regular flowers on this card, but I think my label's going to be covering that one up. So I believe instead I'll stick it on this one. This really is glass, and it just broke a little bit just now, this edge right here. So be careful not to hurt yourself when you're punching these out. Maybe it'll punch out the other direction better. I don't know. Oh, I guess I can just peel it up and get it off like that. That works too. It's very thin. And then it has this little protective plastic, like comes on your electronics, little protective plastic to keep that center nice and shiny. I don't know that I really liked putting it on that one because it's such a small flower, but I think the bigger flower looked better, but that's okay. That's what I did. And then we will do our sentiment, and we'll do the sentiment on the inside, and I think I'm about done with it. If I can find, oh, there we go. I knew I was missing a little flower. I knew there was a little flower around here somewhere. So we're going to use Night of Navy because that's what this background color is. And I'm wondering what I did with my stamp set. There it is. So we're going to do time to celebrate all the lovely things in life, starting with you. So cute. And we'll stamp that up right on this. Oops, I got it on low. Oh well, I think it'll be fine. It's a little low, but that's okay. It's not too bad. And I need to keep that out because I want to do the inside too, because the inside sentiment is time to celebrate, or may your birthday be filled with pretty things. Very nice. Love that. That's a nice inside sentiment. And then also on the inside I can do I could do some little flowers in there. Let's open it up and see what we want to do. There's a lot of people who do really nice things with their envelope, and I always want to do it, but I'm always in a little bit of a rush to get things finished. And the envelope liner really makes a difference. If you're making your cards, you want to do something really special, I would definitely do one of those envelope liners. Now we need different colors if we're going to do flowers. So let's do, instead of that, I'm going to do these teeny tiny ones. And I've got, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that'll be fine. We're going to just do that there and do it there. And that way we can get finished here pretty quickly. Okay, we've got a little smudge there, but not too bad. And then we will find our dimensionals for the back of the tag. And we're all done. I love the ribbon that comes with this set. I should have gotten it out. It's very pretty, and it's got 2 rolls of probably 10 yards each, so it's really generous. And I want my flowers to kind of be on the tag a little bit. Oh, I should have put the mirror there. That would have looked good. Maybe I'll stick this up here more. Yeah. I do want that leaf there, so we'll do it right there. Okay. These are the kinds of things I always fuss with way too much. All right, so that is that. Isn't that cute? Love it. All right, I hope you had a great time. I need to draw my names because I didn't do it last week. I was just really busy with all kinds of things, and I do believe I remember who shared last week's video. So I am going to write your names down here really quickly, and hopefully, I wonder where I do not see Jewel. I wonder where Jewel is. She's usually here today, but she's not right now. And Sylvia, and Joyce. Okay. There might have been someone else too, I'm not sure. But if you've shared, make sure you write shared. If you don't write shared, I don't know that you have. And I cannot put your name in the pot if I don't know that you've shared. So I'm just cutting these names out. And then I'm gonna go grab my, I guess I have a container here. I don't have my little handy basket right here, but. So Karen, I don't have you in here. I don't think you are sharing. If you are sharing, you need to speak out quickly before I do this drawing, and I'll add your name into the pot. I don't know that you are doing that. And then I'm going to use I'll just use my cute little dog crate here for my names. And we will do the drawing for last week's video. I'm going to move this camera up so that I'm on camera. Excuse me. Hopefully my hand isn't too distracting to you. I always, when I look at myself, I think, oh my goodness, I can't believe you look so tired. I'm really not. I'm actually not tired. The Airbnb we stayed at over the weekend, there was actually an elliptical in the bedroom that we were in. Wonderful. I was so excited because we had 4 days, and 4 days without exercising for me right now would have been a major calorie kill if I hadn't been able to do that. So I was able to work out all but 1 day. It was wonderful. And then this morning when I went to do it, I felt good because I hadn't had all of those days not doing it. You have never written shared. Oh, Freddie, I am so sorry. You need to do that because I can't tell. Facebook is hiding you. It is hiding you. I don't know why, but it hides you, hides people from having shared. So that's why people do write shared. I put your name in here because I kind of thought maybe you did. I think one time I saw that you had shared, but I don't always. So you are in here. All right, so we're going to draw for last week's and see who shared. And then next week I'll draw for this one. Joyce. This was for Joyce Puglia. I'm pretty sure she drew or shared. I will have to double check. So I'm going to draw one more time just in case. If she, for some reason, didn't share last week, then you tend to eat badly. I know. I actually did really good. And my daughter-in-law turned me on to almond milk. I had no idea almond milk is 70 calories a cup less than my 1% that I was doing. Of course, it doesn't have almost any protein content, so I'm going to have to weigh that because I've been using my milk in my cup, my coffee and my tea as part of my protein, you know, that I get every day. So I'll have to watch that. But other than that, I think I'm good. So if for some reason Joyce didn't win last week because she didn't share, when I double check, Linda again. Linda, good for you. So probably Joyce is getting it, but if not, Linda, you're next. So congratulations. And I think I have something pretty good to send. And we're getting all kinds of good things in the new catalog. So there's lots of old things that are going out too. And I'd like to see someone milk it. I know, I'm not sure about the almond. That's kind of why I was skeptical. My sister tried to get me to go on almond. She does soy and all kinds of stuff. She's a real health fiend. And some of the things that she's tried to have me eat in the past, I've not been fond of. So I wasn't eager. And then when my sister or my daughter-in-law said that, oh, when we went to the store, I got my milk, and she said, oh, I've just been drinking almond milk, and she's very tactful. She didn't try to make me have any of it, so that's why I took a little taste and thought, that's not too bad. And then she left the container because she probably didn't have a way to take it home with her, and we had our cooler with us, so we brought it back, and I tried it on my cereal this morning. It was good. It was perfectly fine. So, and she used my little frother to see if it would froth while we were there, and it did. So I can use that in my coffee for my frothed milk, which has been a real treat for me while I've been dieting. So I'm pretty excited that I found a way to have more coffee in my day. Just what I need, right? All right, you guys have a great week, and I will be out in the garden. I hope you get to have a chance to be out in that sun. I hope it's sunny and nice. There's been a lot of weird weather out there this year, and it's getting towards summer though, so it's gonna be getting nice soon. And you have a blessed week, and I will see you next time. Bye.